Hey guys, Tyson Enzi here from Increase Athletics. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to structure your own workout. I want to give you 3 categories you need to select exercises from so you'll no longer be lost when you're walking inside the gym. The very first thing we need to know before we even get into my categories is what is your purpose of this workout? All right, so you should know from an overall program perspective, if we're talking 4, 6, 8 weeks, what your goal is, and each workout should build towards that ultimate goal. But since this video is just about the one single workout, we need to know what our goal is with this workout. If it's a leg workout, a chest workout, a full upper body workout, a full lower body workout, we need to know the goal. And that can be, if we're gonna talk about legs for this example, that can be improving your squat, that can be improving your deadlift, that can be improving your power, your performance, your aesthetics, how your legs actually look. There are so many goals you can have. You just need to know yours, because then after that we can program everything and it's going to make sense, and it's all going to come back to what our actual goal of that workout is. So before we get into this, you need to figure out what is your purpose with this workout. Now that we have our purpose, let's talk about category number 1. Category number 1 is your primary lift. So this is the meat and potatoes of your workout. This is going to be a compound lift. So compound lift basically just means it's a multi-joint exercise, right? So you're going to have your squats, your deadlifts, your glute bridges, your bench presses, your overhead press, your rows. There's so many, even lunges would be under that category, okay? So this is your primary lift. This should really align with what your purpose and goal of this workout is. Category number 2 is supplementary lifts. Okay, so your supplementary lifts can look very similar to your primary lifts, except it's just going to assist, kind of like what the name is, it's going to supplement your main primary lift. So this can be like an incline dumbbell press, this can be a floor press, this can be a box squat. There's so many different things this can be. But it's basically going to replicate your primary lift, but it's going to help assist that primary lift, because that's your ultimate goal. So this should help that get better. An example for this for legs could be, let's say your primary lift is the back squat. That's what you want to improve, but your weakness within the back squat could be that your knees always fall in, and your other one is your posterior chain is weak. So let's say your hamstrings and your glutes. So a good next thing to do as your supplementary lifts, you could do a superset, and for the knee issue, you could do some kind of single leg step down, and then you could superset some kind of glute bridge or some kind of RDL for the hamstrings or glutes as that superset, because if you improve those things, that's going to assist your squats, which is your main goal. So the supplementary lifts need to assist and elevate your primary lift. Our third and final category is accessory lifts. This is going to be single joint exercises. All right, so this could be, let's roll with the leg example we've been going with. It could be leg extensions, it could be leg curls. It also could be core work, right? So it could be any of your carries. So it could be farmer carries, it could be suitcase carries, it could be bottoms up carries, it could be flexion, extension of the spine, it could be anti-rotation, right? This can be calf work, this can be tibialis work. This is basically all those single joint exercises that are going to, again, assist in that primary lift. So if you can structure it this way, you have your primary lift, you have 1 or 2 supplementary lifts, and then you have 1 or 2 accessory lifts. Everything you do just needs to make sense. It needs to directly help what that main goal was. And typically the main goal should have some association with that primary lift. Now, I know the one unanswered question that everybody's gonna have at the end of this video is, okay, cool, you told us categories to pick exercises from, but what about reps? What about sets? What about rest time? What about tempo? And we're not gonna cover that in this video because that is too in-depth, and again, that comes down to you and your goals. If you want to build muscle, it's going to look a lot different than someone who wants to build strength. If you want to build strength, it's going to look different than someone who wants to build power. But what I will say for some quick advice is always start with less work. Start with 2 or 3 sets. And part of your progressive overload, doing more over time, increasing the stimulus, can be upping the amount of sets you do. You don't always have to start with 4 sets or 5 sets. So give yourself room to progress and start with lower volume, and you can build that up. I think if you begin to structure your workouts in this way, you're gonna be a lot more confident walking in the gym, feeling like you have a purpose and you're not just wandering around seeing what machine is available. You go in there with intent, because that's truly what matters within training. It's not about having the perfect program. If you have the best program and you don't have good intent, you don't work hard within it, you're gonna get very minuscule results. And if you have a crappy program, but you have really good intent, everything you do, you are so focused, so dialed in, you can still see progress on that bad program. In an ideal world, you're gonna have a good program that's specific to you, and you're gonna have that intent, that work ethic to actually take that program and get results out of it. So if you made it this far, I wanna thank you. I want you to consider subscribing. There's gonna be more videos like this, breaking things down a little bit more in depth. We'll talk more about strength, we'll talk more about power and hypertrophy and muscle building. All that stuff, we'll go over the rep ranges, the sets, the tempo, the advanced techniques, everything you need to elevate yourself and your training.